alfalfa. So just lately, a lot of interest in alfalfa, probably because we just hired a new plant breeder down at University of Florida, Patricio Munoz, and he is working on alfalfa. Bulldog 805 is out of the Georgia program. It has good grazing tolerance. It would be the only one we'd really recommend, the only one we have sufficient information on. Typically, alfalfa is a very short-term perennial. Seed costs are pretty high. It's usually about $125 an acre for seed for non-GMO, and now they're coming out with a few Roundup Ready alfalfas. One in particular, it's Roundup Ready 600, and it is, we're trialing it right now on a couple of dairies in down around Gainesville. And I'll let you know what I think after we see how long they stay in as far as the stand's concerned. What some folks are doing is overseeding Bermuda and Bahia with alfalfa. And so if they want to try that, Bulldog 805 right now would be the current recommendation. Vetch. Okay, so there's not a lot of vetch on the market, but I do want you to start thinking about vetch. Vetch is very tolerant to droughty soils. And I didn't really mention the winter pea, and I probably should too. So winter pea and vetch, and I neglected to put a slide in on winter pea. There are varieties out there that have some merit. Mostly folks buy hairy vetch because that's essentially common. And for winter pea, you might know them as Austrian winter pea, but there are a couple of others out there on the market now, maple and whistler of the Austrian types. So vetch, winter peas, if you have dry soils, sandy soils, both of those are good choices. One little drawback with vetch and winter pea is a lot of times they don't come pre-inoculated. And that's a little bit of a catch because it's hard to get the inoculant that goes with the vetch and the winter pea. So, but, you know, if somebody's interested, particularly for wildlife, or we have a lot of grazing dairies that are now interested in trying a smorgasbord of legumes, both of those would be two that I'd add. And then this year we're going to have a winter pea and a vetch trial at Mariana, so if you have a chance and want to come out and look at the varieties in situ, we should plan a field day. The medics, not a whole lot of difference over the years in medic variety changes. Armadillo, Divine Little Burr, they're both developed in Texas. They're not huge forage yielders, but dry sandy soils, wildlife, particularly for wildlife operations, you know, it's hard to beat a medic. It just, small seed, comes pre-inoculated, fairly cheap to put out, and again, there's really just two of them that we'd recommend for the area.